welcome to another episode of Bookmarked. I'm your hostess, Sherry's Joy. I am one half of the DigiKast, and I am here today to discuss my next book. And hey, it's March, it's Women's Month, and I know it's not February anymore, but I do have a Black History book that I'd like to talk about, that I am going to talk about because, every day is Black History Month. And also, this does tie into women empowerment, because this book has a main character who is a female strong lead. So today I'm going to discuss The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. This book was published in August of 2016, and it's a little bit of a different read. The book is written like Gulliver's Travels. If anybody has read Gulliver's Travels, or if you're an 80s baby like I am, actually I'm a 70s baby, but if you were a kid in the 80s and you remember watching Gulliver's Travels on TV, it is a book and a series about a traveler, Gulliver, who goes to different places and he has different adventures, okay? So this book, Underground Railroad, it conveys the truth about the Underground Railroad, but not the facts. So the main character, her name is Cora, and she is actually the grandmother of a Jari who was taken from an African village and brought over to America. She was enslaved and brought over to America to become a slave. She had a daughter named Mabel. Mabel had a daughter named Cora. So we follow Cora in this story, who she starts off on a plantation in Georgia, and she is, she's beautiful. She's a teenager. She's very pretty, very pretty girl, and she becomes friends with a slave that was brought to the plantation, or sold to the plantation from Virginia, named Caesar. And he talks to Cora about freedom and a better place. And so together they escape and go to the Underground Railroad, in which in this book and in this story, the Underground Railroad is an actual underground railroad with tracks. So in real life, we know, we don't know firsthand, but we've heard, Underground Railroad is something completely different. So this is written in a different way. Well, hey, what if the Underground Railroad was an actual underground railroad? And so they travel together to different states. So they start off in Georgia. They go to South Carolina. And in South Carolina, she has an experience there where where Black people are more free. And they actually have, some of them have, the free Black folks have jobs. They aren't slaves, they make money. And they're, I wouldn't say respected more, but they're not treated as harsh. Then, we have to escape, and we follow Cora and Caesar to the next state, which is North Carolina, where things aren't as, happy. I don't even know if you can really say happy, but things aren't the same. They're totally different. It's like a whole separate situation. She actually has to hide and wait for the next, train to come through, and it's brutal. And then we follow from, North Carolina. We follow from North Carolina to, we go to, let me check my notes. Sorry, it's okay. We go from South Carolina to North Carolina, and North Carolina to Tennessee. Thank you, I'm sorry. And then from Tennessee, we go to Indiana. And then from Indiana, the book ends in St. Louis, Missouri. And then from there, we find out that she is headed towards California. I love the narrative parts of this book. They're so descriptive without being descriptive. Colson Whitehead, the way he writes, I can see and envision everything. There are parts where I was engulfed in the book, and I could see myself in the book. And that's when I know that I'm in love with the book. But not the whole book was like that. There were parts that were like that. There were some parts that were boring and some parts that were amazing. And then there were some parts that were completely confusing. I'm not gonna lie, I had to read this whole entire book in its entirety, and when I got to like the end, I was like, oh, this makes much more sense. So it was a good experience. I really did enjoy this book. It is I'm going to flub this word up, but it is a Pulitzer Prize winning book of 2017, and it is recommended by my uncle, Mr. Barack Obama. He's not really my uncle. I just like to call him my uncle because he's so cool. But anyway, so that's my review. I do give this a 5 stars, and I really appreciate everybody who's been watching my videos and who's watching now. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can find me, got more cheat notes. You can find me on Instagram at BookmarkedSJ. You can find the DigiKast on Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify at TheDigiKast. Obviously, you can find us on YouTube at The DigiKast. While you're here, go ahead and like and subscribe. And you can also check out our blog, TheDigiKast.substack.com. I'm on Blue Sky at Sherry's Joy. And please check out our affiliate page, our Amazon affiliate page below. We have awesome things that we do, and we have, recommendations. One more thing before you go. If you have any recommendations for a book that you would like me to read or, talk about or anything, could be any book, please, by all means, send it to me. Give it to me. Give me, check me out in the comments or hit me up in the comments and let me know. And, I'm always up for suggestions. I am looking forward to this month. I got some good stuff coming up. So thank you again for watching and listening. Love the world.